Hey there, beautiful brown girl family. So excited to be here with you all tonight. Welcome to the replay for those of you who are tuning into the replay, and welcome to the live for those of you who are here for the live. I see y'all getting in here. So as you are coming in, go ahead and make sure that you introduce yourself in the comments, that you let me know where you are watching from. Also, go ahead and tag some of your friends. Tell them to come and hang out. Y'all, our guest tonight is phenomenal. Like, when we met a couple weeks ago, we kind of talked about, some things that just kind of, got to know each other. Sis got me all the way together, y'all. And y'all know that don't happen too often, okay? But she got me together. So this is where y'all want to be tonight. So go ahead and tag your people. Tell them to get in here. I'm going to go ahead and share the broadcast on my page as well so that I can get my people in here because we are going to have a good time tonight. Okay. So let's see. Hey there, Krista. I see you in here from Sacramento, California. Yay. Welcome to the party. Also, y'all, if this is your very first time hanging out with me on Brown Girl Boss, I want to know that too. I love to celebrate first timers and really just hype it up because when I tell you, we be having all the fun over here, child. So I'll be happy that people are here, okay? All right, y'all. I just shared on my phone, so folks are getting in here. Hey, Linda is here from Seattle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, go ahead and introduce yourselves in the comments. Let me know where you are watching from. Also, let me know if this is your very first time hanging out with me on Brown Girl Boss. And go ahead and tag some of your friends so that they can come and hang out as well. All right. So I do have a few announcements. Hey there, Lauren from Detroit. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You all know that, or you may not know, because this might be your very first time with us here at BBG TV. So I want to make sure that you learn a little bit about this community and why we do the things that we do. So Beautiful Brown Girls is all about sisterhood, support, and self-care. Everything that we do is in the lane of creating authentic friendships. We swap stories and experiences. It's really us finding our people. And the amazing thing about Beautiful Brown Girls is we got people all across the country, y'all, and abroad. So this gives us an opportunity to be able to connect with folks, right? So I neglected to say what you're watching. So I want to make sure you know exactly what you're watching, right? I'm getting all out of order. I'm all excited, y'all. Let me calm down for a second, girl. Hold on. Back it up. Good evening, y'all, and welcome to BBG TV Brown Girl Boss. This is our virtual platform that allows us to connect with other like-minded women who are on a mission to live their very best lives. We come to you weekly with programming that will challenge and inspire you and get the conversation going to connect with other beautiful brown girls like yourself. My name is Kimberland, and I am coming to you all from Mexico City, Mexico, y'all. And I am so excited to be here tonight. I see we have Sharita is here from Jersey in the house. So again, you all, as you are coming in, let me know that you are here, right? I can't see you if you don't comment. So let me know that you are here. And tonight, y'all, we're going to be focusing on community, support, conversations, honey, connections, right? This is what we stand for here at Beautiful Brown Girls. So we want to make sure that you get you some of this. All right. Now, I need to tell y'all about our guest because I know that this hour is going to fly by. So I want to make sure that we give all the time that is needed because, honey, you're gonna need to grab you something to write with, okay? Because the gems be flying fast, all right? So make sure that you catch them because it's gonna be quite a few, all right? But before I read that, tonight we're gonna be talking about leadership. So I want you to tell me in the comments what you think makes a great leader. Okay. What do you think makes a great leader? So go ahead and start answering that in the comments, and I'm going to tell you about our guest. So tonight we have with us LaToya Shambo. She is a media broker and digital marketing authority responsible for leading hundreds of social media deals between Black female influencers and major brands. Building a six-figure business, LaToya is the founder and CEO of Black Girl Digital Incorporated, a premium digital marketing and influencer agency that specializes in messaging and content for the Black female audience. Black Girl Digital Incorporated has worked with VH1, BET, MTV, Sephora, y'all, projects that have gained 100 million plus overall impressions, okay? In the midst of being CEO of her own major brand, LaToya also oversees marketing for Kanakalan, where she manages their $1 million marketing budget and all brand partnerships. LaToya is a businesswoman. She's a digital marketing expert. She's a true corporate mompreneur, and she is invited to share her insights with people all over this world, y'all. And tonight, we have the ability to kick it with Miss LaToya. So let's get her in here. Hey there, beautiful.
Hey girl, hey. Thank you for that intro. But let me correct you on something.
Okay, please
And
do.
it's probably because no one really knows, but we are a seven-figure business, honey. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am.
Honey, you better toot your horn up in this piece, girl. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. We
Oh
did
my
it.
God. Well, what a way to start the show, honey. Listen, y'all. I done told y'all. Okay. So, if you will, then, LaToya, if you will start us out by kind of just share your origin story, right? How did you build this empire, if you will? Yeah, walk us through that.
I mean, the origin, I was a baby one day and became a grown woman. No, let me stop. Honestly, it it was just destiny. I have been in the advertising business for 16 years. I've been on every side of the advertising business. So agency side, brand direct, um, ad network publisher. And it was while I was at Complex when I really just understood like, oh, this is how you make money. Oh, this is how I can create something. I can create an agency like this. Like this makes sense. And then the next phase of that was, well, who's really doing this for my community? Who's brokering partnerships for women of color? And at that time, it was really about bloggers and helping them monetize their platform. And it wasn't, really was no one at the time. There might have been one company, a big company, but they were doing it for like white people, like all kinds of
Mm-hmm,
people.
mm-hmm.
So when I launched the company back in 2016 officially, and I was working with X and Nicole, Fashion Bomb Daily, The Cut Life, and pulling in a whole bunch of other Black girl bloggers, and it was cool. It was really great setting up their ad operations and packaging them up and getting brand deals for them. But then, girl, it was like overnight, literally overnight, the industry shifted from blogs, websites to social media.
Right.
And it was like a natural pivot because the brands wanted influencers and all of my
Mm.
bloggers being influencers. And I was like, okay, well, I don't have to shift my mission. I don't have to change why we do what we do. I just had to shift how we do what we
Mm.
do.
Mm.
And for me, that was God. I was like, you know what? He put me in a position to always win,
Yeah.
and like just listen. He's just listen, just pay attention to what's happening and you'll find your way.
Mm-hmm,
Like don't
mm-hmm.
get discouraged because this isn't working out or it's not moving fast enough. Maybe you just need to pivot. You know,
Mm.
it's okay to pivot. And then you pivot into millions and it's like, all
And then you come on and be like, honey, we are seven figures, honey. Look, wow. So as you're talking, and I heard you use this word shift quite a few times, and this industry is out here shifting like crazy, right? Especially,
mad shit for the wrong reasons. But you know, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day.
and we could get into that in a minute, but what I'm wondering is how do we recognize that the shift is occurring so that we're able to position ourselves to gracefully pivot as opposed to being like this wonky transition and now we're coming in
Mhm,
after the eight ball and trying to catch up. Like,
mhm,
what advice do you have
mhm.
about that?
That's a very good question. And it's also nuanced, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on the type of industry, type of business. But what I will say is what I did was assess what was bringing me the greatest margin and taking the least amount of time and providing the least amount of resistance.
Mm.
Because as a marketer, it's easy to want to do everything because you know how to do everything, right?
Right,
Hey,
right.
I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. Oh, I can help you with that. I can help you with that. And then you realize you tired. You realize you don't have the staff. You realize like what's happening? Why do I have all I'm not making any money and I'm doing all this work? This don't make no sense. Let
Correct.
me assess what's important. Let me assess what is happening in the industry. Let me assess of what I see for the future of the business in the next 2 to 3 years. All of those variables matter. And
Mm-hmm.
believing in yourself, but we can get to that later. Like you have to trust that you're going to make the best decision for your business. I didn't make the decision for me. I made the
Mm-hmm.
decision for the business that we had to pivot, that we had to focus. And the focus didn't come in the first year. The focus didn't come in the second year. The pivot came in the second year, but we were
Mm-hmm.
still dibbing and dabbing and trying to do all the damn marketing things, pay mark this and but it was strenuous. It wasn't the focus
Ah.
didn't happen until the third going into the fourth year where I was like, whoa, hold on. Y'all calling on me way too much. I have way too many people here. This is not working. Why is this not working? Let me reassess. And
Yeah.
I advise I go into planning every October Q4. I do a 10-day fast. I clear my brain. I don't have no distractions because the distractions really stop you from seeing your vision.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's so many things.
It is, and I'm about to take you back to a few of them because I done told y'all. Now look, Sharita and Lauren in the comments that I heard this good right here. Oh yeah, we about to dig in a little bit deeper. We about to dig in a little bit deeper, and it's to this point
Man.
that Lauren just brought up about pivoting in something that you said, but stopped yourself. But we're gonna go right back there to trust. Right, because
Mhm.
many of us, what I appreciate about what you're sharing is this is not just in business, this is in life too,
In
right?
life. Mhm.
And many of us are hearing that we need to pivot, we need to make a shift, like we need to do something. But I can also speak for myself as well as some of my friends. The question is always, but can I, do I have what
Because
I
you don't trust
need?
yourself.
Because I don't trust myself. So, how do we build that trust in oneself to know I got the juice, I got the sauce, and we about to go ahead and do this? Like, what does that look like to build that trust?
It's not, it's intangible. It doesn't look like anything, but it feels like everything.
Mm. Mm. Tell me more about that, child.
It's it's like so the one day in particular, I literally said, I'm gonna give it to you, God.
Mm.
Like I might have been crying. And it wasn't nothing like, oh, my business is failing, nothing like that. It was
Mm.
just I was ready. I was ready for change to happen, but in order for the change to happen, I needed to trust that God got it.
Can I
And
ask you a question though before you go on? I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but I don't want to move past this. You said you were ready. How did you know that you were ready for a change?
so when I was working at Complex, I was at my 9 to 5. I wrote down, this is how I want my day to look. Perfect world. This is what I want my day to look like.
Mm-hmm.
I want to wake up in the morning. I want to make my daughter breakfast, put her on the bus, go to the gym, work out, come back, and then work. I got that. It
Mm,
happened. I left. I left
mm,
Complex. They gave me a severance. I got it. And then I'm, working on my business and I'm like, okay, this is cool. Blah, blah, blah. This is all right. Okay. And it kind of just was flat. Life was flat because
mm,
I didn't dream big enough. I didn't
mm,
I didn't ask for more. I didn't push myself for more. And I didn't know why and I didn't know how. And I was just doing all this soul searching and distracting. Just things were just so many things. And then one day I was like, why am I even why? What like there is somebody so much stronger than me that can help me. And I am putting the pressure on myself. I'm thinking that I can do this myself. I'm thinking that I have all the answers and why I'm not where I'm supposed. Why
mm,
am I not? All of this question, I'm like, you're right. It just one day I woke up and was like, you're right. Okay. What do you need me to do?
mm.
I stopped worrying about any and everything, and I read some books. There's other things and stuff, but I'm like the long and short is
Yeah.
one day it clicked that I was doing too much on my own.
Mm.
And me doing too much on my own is where I started to question myself. Well, if I'm questioning myself, where do I need to go to get better? What do I need to go to build,
Whatever I
rebuild, and
need.
what I
Yeah.
need? Like, and
Yeah.
it's because I was missing this spiritual element in my life. And trusting that whichever way I go, whichever decision I make, right, wrong, or indifferent, God got me.
Period.
That's it.
And
So
like there's so much safety in that.
it is. It
I say
is.
that often. It's like I'm not on my mission, I'm on God's mission. This is God's name on the line. This
That's
ain't
it.
my name on the line.
That's it.
So I'd
Mhm.
be like, hey, you're gonna need to holler at your people because I'm doing what you told me to do, but this is you, my guy. Like your name is on the line. There's so much
Mhm.
safety in that.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
it was really freeing. And I woke up the next day, but not with all the answers. I'm not saying that. I'm just
Hmm.
saying, like, I woke up with a sense of, all right, what are we doing today? Let me figure it out and be
Hmm.
comfortable in whatever decision that is. So I want to say it was like 2017, 18. I'm not gonna go into traumatic stories yet, but like there were things that made me realize, like, man, this ain't right. This ain't right.
Yeah.
But I'm back on the path that is gonna make it right. And I'm gonna trust that God put this idea in me because
Hmm.
I need to serve and I need to see it out. I need to see it
Mm.
through. And I can't let nothing get in the way. Although things got in the way, when things got in the way, he'd be looking at me like this. What is she doing? I'm telling you that ain't it. Sis,
Go
that
the
ain't
other
it.
way. I told you
No,
go the other
can you
way.
can you come back over here, please? Like me over here, I'm like, oh, I love lashes. Let me start an eyelash line. Boo boo cakes. You don't got time for that.
I didn't tell you to
You ain't
do
got time for
that. What
that.
is you doing? You're supposed to be over here.
That's that shifty shit. Excuse my language. You
Yeah,
being shifty.
yeah,
You not
yeah.
trusting me. Trust me with this
That,
vision. I gave you
that,
this. Trust me.
yeah.
So I was like, all right, let me close this thing down. Let me not start nothing else because he is clear, very clear. over here. And it just ever since, like,
Yeah.
but it was also recognizing the self work that needed to be done. Like, how can I build the best company if I'm not my best, if I'm not at
That.
my best? I love that you mentioned leadership, because that's what I work on every single day, is how can I be a better leader, not only to my employees, but to my friends, to my child, to my daughter's father. We co-parent very well. And like to the people that look up to me, like it's every single day I'm literally working on how to be a better leader. And
Yeah.
becoming a better leader is me listening to people.
Mm.
I
Mm.
don't project.
And right, right. And you have to receive what people are saying, which means that you have to trust that
Correct.
this is an environment that you're going to be able to receive from.
Correct. Correct.
Hmm. So, one of the
So
things I've been talking about lately is about how we as Black people and Black women specifically have disconnected from our bodies in a way that it becomes very difficult for us to trust our gut or the spirit inside of us. Um, and we had to do that for safety reasons, right? We didn't, you got to be ready. So, you never know what's going to pop off. We don't have time to be in our feelings, if you will.
yep.
So, one of the things we've been talking about here at Beautiful Brown Girl specifically is how do we develop that relationship with ourselves in acknowledging what our body is telling us, acknowledging what our spirits are telling us, and then trusting that to move. So it's like everything that you're talking about is lining right up with what we've been trying to navigate through and walk through
Hmm.
in this journey. So Elise has a question before we
I
move
saw.
on.
I love that question, because I'm not
Yeah,
religious
so
either.
so
I'm not.
how does
I'm
this
not
work?
connected to a church or anything. But you have to believe in something. It just find something to believe in, right? If you believe in something, then you'll believe in yourself. You'll start to believe in yourself, because it's like, all right, this I believe in this. Well, why do you believe in that?
Hmm.
Right? Now, all right, great. Now you know why you believe in this over here. Now, what are the core values within yourself
Mm.
that you're pulling from this? Because you believe in something of a higher power because there's value, right? There's something of
Hmm.
value there. And that has to translate into your real life, into yourself. So for me, my core values are my guiding light, right? So if if I am even listening to anyone that is spiritual and giving word of whatever, they have to have similar core values, because that's the thing that's going to connect and bind us
Right.
at the foundation. So like for example, one of my core values is respect. I give respect to every single human, starting with my child. She gets respect. She doesn't have to earn respect from
Yeah.
me. I give her respect so she can give it back to me,
Yeah.
right? And I only work with people that are respectful. I only do business with people that are respectful. That is my baseline. So if you are a disrespectful human, we don't need to work together. We don't need to be friends. We don't need to date. I don't need to. It's cool. It's okay. Because for me, and that's how I believe in my core values, which is respect.
Mm.
And I make decisions based on the fact is you're very disrespectful. It's
Mm.
not about how I feel.
Mm.
I'm not even talking about how I feel. I'm just examining the facts. The facts are you're disrespectful, and that doesn't align with me. That doesn't align with my
Right.
core beliefs. So it's easy for me to move and make a decision based on my core values. Has nothing to do with being religious. It's just it's my belief system. You know what I mean? But again,
Mm-hmm.
it's you find something that's higher than you, that's it's of high power, right? Whatever, whomever and whatever. And then you find the value, then you figure out, well, what's the value to me? What does this mean for me? And how do I want this to be the guiding light for my life? And then you base, that's the baseline of
Right.
making your life decisions. Because my core values is what people get read into when they get hired at my company.
Mm.
This is the most important, because this is how you have to treat our clients. I don't care how they treat you. I care about how you treat them.
Yeah. I
What
love that. I
are the
love
core
that.
values that drive you?
So, and I want to ask this to our community that's watching, right? Because I felt like what you said was very powerful in it helps when I feel like it's easy to say, oh, we need to trust ourselves, right?
Mhm,
But breaking it down to this practical level of identifying if I know what those core values are, the things that drive me,
mhm,
the things that push me to do whatever I'm doing on a daily basis, it's
mhm,
very easy when I see something outside of that for
mhm.
me to make a shift or a pivot because I
Yep.
know that it doesn't line up with those core values, right?
Mhm,
So, to
mhm,
those of you who are watching, what I'm wondering is what are the core values that drive you?
mhm,
And if you're not able to answer that question, then sit with that question so
mhm,
that you can identify that because that's only going to push us closer
mhm.
to that place of
Yep.
really being able to say, oh, I know this. I don't have to second guess this feeling or look for
Correct.
confirmation, right? We do that a lot. Oh, I need
Correct.
confirmation. And it's like you've already received
Mm.
the message in your
Yep.
spirit, but we
Yep.
ignored it for whatever reason,
It's
right?
because you
But
didn't have a baseline. You didn't have that baseline. Mhm.
there
I
we
also,
go.
there's also another, there are my 5 F's that when I get into a relationship, my partner, if we have to make like life decisions together,
Hmm.
it's rooted in, you know, is this going to affect our faith, right? Is
Mm,
this going to add or take away from our family? Is this going to
mm,
add or take away from our fortune? Is this going to add or take away from our flexibility? And is this going to add or is this going to make us angry or add to our fun? You know what I mean? So it's
mm.
having these baseline, this benchmark of decision making. It just makes it so much simpler to navigate life. Like, all right, well,
Right.
these are the things that are important to me. So if you want to go on a 10-day vacation to Europe, all right, let's go to the drawing board. Are we gonna go broke? Yes or no?
Right.
It's not about,
Yeah.
is it gonna make me feel good is at the bottom of the list.
Hmm.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But having core values and a baseline of how you make your decisions is really just super helpful in navigating life. Just for me, in my opinion.
I love that.
There's no confusion. I don't do gray. It's black and
Yeah.
white over here.
Yeah, no, I love that. I am a super black and white person. I struggle with gray so much. So I am like appreciating this. Can you please run back those five for me? Because I
Yeah.
want to put it into the comments for the people. Because I was like, oh girl, this is getting good, but my
Yeah.
fingers was getting lost. Okay, tell me
It's
again.
faith, it's faith,
Hmm.
family, fortune, flexibility, and fun.
That's really good. So as you were going through those, faith, family, fortune, flexibility, I'm just checking my spelling, girl, making sure I ain't leaving people astray. Okay. But but as you were sharing that, I was thinking to myself, as someone who needs concrete, very practical steps and applications, that was really good how you asked those questions. Because again, if I'm on this road to learning how to trust myself, right? When I ask these questions, this is either going to show me, yeah, like what you were thinking at first is what you was
Made
thinking, yes,
sense. Hmm.
or I need to realign myself so that I can make sure I'm honoring what I said that I wanted
Correct.
and what my core values are. Girl, this is good, girl.
Correct. But let me take it to us another step though.
I'm ready. Come on.
Most most Black people, most Black women don't trust themselves because they don't know what they want. You're not
Mm,
honest about what it is that you truly want. Like, what do you want? And be
mm.
firm and be clear and be honest and transparent about what you want. It is that simple. You get out of life what you want. And if you run into people who don't give you what you want, they don't
They
move
can't
on.
go.
Just move
Yes.
on.
Girl, I'm about to
Like
get up and run around this doggone living room. And let me tell
I
you why. I had a so I when I started therapy, I was getting out of an abusive relationship. And I was engaged at the time. I knew I wasn't getting married, but I just didn't know how to get out of it safely, right? And my therapist asked me for 2 years, "What do you want this to look like?" And I
Mhm.
could not answer her for 2 years. Like I had no response because I had to shift from this place. I felt like I was thinking, what do we want? What are we doing? Right. And she was like, no,
Mm.
what do you want?
You were
You.
scared to imagine your life alone.
Remember how I had told y'all at the beginning of the show how she just be over there in people business. And it's like, ma'am, relax. Okay, relax. No, yeah,
and and I
that,
think that as a Black women, where what we should be doing is analyzing our wants from every department, right?
yes.
So what do we want in our from our health? What do we want from our physical look? What do we want, from our finances? What do we want from our career? What do we want from our partner? And now when you get into your partner, it's what do you want financially? What do you want sexually? And I'm going to say sexually again because people be lying. Don't lie to yourself about your sexual desires, because that's why relationships don't work.
Right. And
part
you're
of part of part of
unfulfilled.
one of the reasons, because you're unfulfilled,
Yeah.
or you're not fulfilling your partner because you're not allowing your partner to explore his or her desires, right?
Mhm.
Because you're
Mhm.
not asking them, what do they want, what do you
Right.
like, what do you need, and giving yourself the choice to see if you can show up in that. You
Mm.
By you expressing your wants, you're giving the other person or the people around you the option, the choice to show up for you,
Yeah.
or you need to remove them.
Yeah.
What do you want from
Yeah.
every department of your life?
Mm.
And sometimes it is about you being selfish to become into a place of selflessness. You can't give if you don't have.
Period.
You just can't give. If
Yeah.
you're constantly giving out and but you're not getting back in return, most likely you didn't state what it is that you want.
Really want it. That's true.
So
So for those of us that struggle to answer that question, how do we identify what we want?
self-exploration, transparency with self, and you have to spend time alone. You
Mhm.
have to spend time alone. Um, I I go out by myself, I travel by myself. I just do a lot of things by myself because I enjoy my company. Um, I also, from a partner perspective, it helped writing out, like, this is the kind of person, this is the kind of human I want to grow old with,
Yeah.
right? And then once I wrote that out, I was like, well, what am I bringing to this human? Because this guy sounds amazing. Like, he's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
make sure I'm adding up to his amazingness, right? So I took from that list what the things that I needed to work on. I didn't go out to go and look for this person.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
went out to work on myself. I was like, all right, well, you know what? Let me get in the gym, because if I'm gonna ask for this man to be in shape and good health, let me make sure I'm in good shape and I am in good
Mhm.
health,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's when the things that you want from other people, you have to make sure that you kind of can deliver it yourself, right?
Mhm.
Um, and then I have this thing about your love languages. It's a marketing ploy. I could, for me, I just think it's all marketing, right? However, there's a little truth into, yes, understanding your wants when it comes to love, your love language, right? But a lot of our love language is rooted in our childhood trauma.
Mm.
And that's not
Yeah.
fair. It's not fair to put that on someone else. It's not their responsibility to make up for your childhood trauma and the things that you're
Mm.
lacking. That's not cool.
Mm.
Your wants should come from a healed place,
Yeah.
not from a traumatic place. And I'll give an example, um, where my one of my wants and love languages, as it relates to my love language, was, um, I like, um, what's the thing called? It's not acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
Acts of service, and it's because, and I was like, well, why do I like acts of service? Why am I always getting mad at this man when he don't do nothing for me?
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
And the root of it is that no one's done anything for me.
Nobody
I've
showed up
it's
for
all
me.
No one's ever showed up for me. And it's always been Toya's good, she got it. She don't need no help.
Mm.
So in understanding that and discovering that, just asking myself questions like, well, why? And going
Yeah.
deeper and deeper
Yeah.
and deeper, and not being afraid to face this ugly truth that I I desire to be wanted because no one's ever really gone at the extra mile for me
Yeah.
in my life and at work, like whatever the case may be. And it's just not fair to put that on
On
someone.
somebody
So
else.
so I had to re-examine, all right, well, what do I
Mm.
really want and why? Why do I want
Mm.
that?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So good.
Mm. Mm. That
So
is
I,
so good, though.
I, I
It's
want
so
all the love
good.
languages. I want all the love. I want gifts. I want, acts of service. I want time, quality time. We all need it all. It's just in what capacity. So
Yeah.
it's marketing, yes, but it is rooted in understanding your wants and your needs, but putting the
Yeah.
why behind it.
Yeah, that curiosity, like approaching what is happening and what I'm feeling with curiosity so that I can get to the root of it. I really appreciated the framing of it being unfair to place these expectations on another person
Hmm.
to fulfill the voids that actually should have been fulfilled in our childhood.
Correct.
I've never thought about it that way, but as soon as you said it, it clicked. Like, yeah, because like my love languages are quality time and physical touch, with a backup of words of affirmation. I didn't get any of that when I was a child,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
I always wanted to just have time to connect or,
Hmm.
just time for us to just be
Hmm.
together, right? And that wasn't a thing. Or to hear words that were not based in my accomplishments, right? I was a great student, but
Hmm.
just me as a
Hmm.
person, just because I'm
You want to
me,
be you want to be
that
felt seen
yeah,
by
just
your
for
partner.
me. Just because
Hmm.
I'm me, not because
Hmm.
I did something special for you or because I won this award, but the things that make me me, those are the
Hmm.
things that I
Hmm.
want someone else to want, right? So when you
Hmm.
said that, I'm like, man, that is so good. And what a way, again, as we're talking about this leadership concept. And I think many times when we think about leadership, we think it has to be somebody else, but this is the leading of our own self,
Correct.
right? Leading of our own self to the place that's going to allow us to be able to thrive. How powerful these questions are to ask us
Hmm.
ourselves, and how affirming the answers can be in that
Hmm.
I do know what I want or I do know what I need. I've just been afraid to say it, and
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
asking the question, well, why am I
Why?
afraid to say it? What do I
Why?
think is going to happen there? There's something in education, we call it the 5 why protocol. I don't know if y'all probably use it as well,
Hmm.
but it's basically you just keep asking why until you get to the root cause. So if
Hmm.
it's like, my love language is physical touch. Well, why? Well, because I feel like I want to be held. Well, why? Well, because I
Why?
was never held as a child, right? You know what I mean? So it's like you go back to where that root cause is, and the examination of that to even show up to lead yourself
Hmm.
through that
But
process.
you'll be a better communicator once, like, and it's a hard place to be when you get there. I mean, sometimes I just cry. I'm like, oh my God, why did I see this? Oh my God. Like, it's
Right.
so like, it's freeing, it's sad, it's depressing, and then it's like, oh, this is so good. And now I can better communicate to the people that need this information. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm constantly asking about this, or I'm saying this because I need to feel special, and you don't make me feel special.
Mm.
And if we're going to move forward, this is something that I require.
Yeah.
No longer because it's trauma, but because it actually makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to know that you as my partner does care to make me feel special.
Yeah.
And but being able to understand the root, heal from that, and but communicate the why behind it. And you can either move past it, or you can just speak your truth through it. But you won't be able to trust yourself until
Mm.
you know the root of all the things. It's like you're just kind of running in the dark of your life.
Yeah.
It's a stressful place to be.
Girl, you out here preaching today, girl. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, girl. This is so good knowing real life because even when I think about, I feel like we have a lot of folks, like earlier when I was talking about pivoting and even thinking about pivoting out of jobs, pivoting out of relationships, just pivoting into a place again where you're thriving. A lot of people really wonder about then what, like where is the place, right, where I arrive, where I can say, oh, I'm seven figures, like we out here winning, right? Like how can we get there to
Mhm.
this place where we're operating in our zone of genius if we don't do this work
You got to do the
and
work.
establish these questions to be
Yeah.
able to hold things up against to determine if this is it.
So, okay, I did a couple of things.
Okay.
There were a couple books that changed my life. Like legit, I've probably read them 2 and 3 times because I needed to go back to this. I'm like, wait, what was that
Hmm.
again? Um, the first one was Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. Hands down. Like, there's so many books out in the universe. They pull shit from that book, let me tell
All the
you. There are
time.
books I
All
will
the
not
time.
read because I'm like, nah, this is the root. This is the like the start. And I know there were books before that, but that book made it so
Hmm.
practical. And then there's this other book that really let me go back to Audible really quickly. It is because the title is so long. Maximize your potential through the power of your subconscious mind. Um, is it this? Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Maximize your potential through the power of your subconscious mind to develop. Oh, wait, no, I didn't read that one. Sorry. What is this? Where's my library? To create
So,
wealth and success. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. That was it. And what with that book, I audio booked it because I understand how I process information.
Hmm.
And the way that book allowed taught me how to tap into my subconscious and listen. And it taught me how to meditate. And then it connected me, like made me understand the spirituality behind what I was missing. I was going through it, and I was also in a traumatic relationship, first in my entire life. I was like, "How am I? This is ridiculous! Like,
Bruh,
sir, get out of
don't it
here!
be like,
Like, who?
what
That's
is we doing
outrageous,
here?
ma'am." The straw for me, and I'll tell this quick little story.
Hmm.
He was a narcissist, and I had no idea. I didn't know what that even meant.
Girl, same.
Um, the last straw was on his birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna take him to the spa. I had a whole weekend planned. Like, we walk into the spa in New York, Spa Castle. He was like, "Oh, we're going there." Yeah. I was like, yeah, what's up? Because it was like a surprise. So he
Mm-hmm.
goes, oh, my ex-girlfriend took me there. This other girl took me there for this day. And yeah, I've been here a couple of times. You could have kept that story to yourself, sir. But you know what? Whatever. So I'm trying, I'm trying to change my energy, like whatever. It took me a little while. But finally I was like, all right, whatever. We're here. Let me just whatever. Um, we missed the massage. I was like,
Mm.
whatever. Had a couple one too many drinks. There was no food. So we know everybody's drunk a little on their hungry
Mm-hmm.
bellies. We leave. I walk out the elevator, and you walk out to the outside as soon as you come up the elevator. I'm a couple steps ahead of him, and he goes, and that's the problem. You always dot dot dot. I don't even know what he said. So I turn around and I was like, oh, you want me to just hold your hand? I go to hold his hand. It's like, oh, see, you're always trying to just solve the problem without talking through the. Who wants to argue? Like, I don't want to argue. So I just throw his hand down and I'm like, whatever. I'm like walking off. The effing car is not even over there. It's over here. Da, da, da. Get to the car, whatever. Still in the car. I'm driving across the bridge. I'm like, this day is over. Birthday is
Mm-hmm.
over.
Mm-hmm.
You're going home. So I'm in the car and we get across the bridge. And he was like, this is what I'm talking about. Da, da, da. He snatches the wig off my head
Mm.
as I'm driving. Could you imagine if my wig was glued on?
Right.
I was so taken aback. I was so in a state of shock. Like, you thought that was going to belittle me and make you feel like a bigger and better man? I hear you. I was like in tears and I
Yeah.
just couldn't, I didn't know what to do. And he threw it at me,
Mm.
snatched my wig off and threw it at me. I was like, huh. Well, let me pull over here at Junior's. Have a great day. Get out of
Right.
my car.
Out of my car.
Get out of my car. Get out of my life. Again, respect. I
Yeah.
hold it with
Mm.
the highest regard. And at the point in which you are disrespecting me and trying to belittle me,
Yeah.
anyways. So I'm discovering this book and like, all right, things got to change. There's no way that this is happening in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And step one was forgiving myself.
Mm.
Forgive yourself. Shit
Yeah.
happens, life happens. It's
Yes.
okay. Like, it's okay. It's no one's fault. This is just life, and you have to go through it and experience it. So, what are you going to do now? You know what? You right. Like, I'm done. I'm done. Let me just get it together. So that was another layer of me giving it all to God. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay focused. I hear you, I see you, I feel you. So the subconscious mind book, that really helped me process my thoughts and just how I think about things, my perspective. And it was just a beautiful thing. So I just started
Yeah.
reading more and I was like, why didn't anyone tell me to read all these books a long time ago? I would have like just so many books to read. And surprisingly, I didn't find that many books by Black women that inspired me, motivated me, and took my brain on a journey of healing and
Mm.
self-discovery. I didn't find any. So a lot of the books that I read were by white men that I
Yeah.
connected with.
Interesting.
And yeah, I was just like, this is it's pretty sad.
And
So
that's a
I'll be
gap.
writing my book too. I'll be writing my
I
book
was just
too.
about to say, I
It's
was
coming.
like, you know what I was
It's
about to
coming.
say? Here she goes. She about to be like looking at me, giving me the side eye. And I'm like,
Oh, that's why I asked you, because I'm going to send it to you to proof. Like, are you kidding me?
yeah, but to your point, like the reason we go through these
Thank
experiences
you.
is to be able to help somebody else, right? So
Yes.
then being able to package those lessons so that
Yeah.
somebody else doesn't have to go through it, right? So even just making it plain how you've done on this call of how You learn to trust yourself, the questions that you establish to be able, like, this is a working guide for how
Mm-hmm.
one can really learn to trust themselves and show up in their best light, and really have this life where they thrive, in a life
Mm-hmm.
that feeds them. And you're able to speak to that because of what you went through, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So
I'll
it's like,
also
no, it wasn't
add,
out there as you supposed to do it.
I'll
Go ahead.
add something else that is really, really important. So I want y'all to hear this. Be okay when you make a mistake. Be
Mm,
okay when you make the wrong decision. That's trust. Like,
mm-hmm,
you're not going to get it right every single time.
mm.
It is okay. Like, like, you went left and you were supposed to go right. Oh, bust a U-turn.
Facts. Get back
Bust that
on track.
U-turn. And don't care. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. I've started so many businesses. I've not everything works. Doesn't matter. Oh, so it's starting something else. I am, and you're still starting nothing. That's on
Up,
you. It's not
up.
my problem.
Ooh.
I'm gonna start until I get it right. I'm gonna
That's
start over
right.
until I get it right.
Yeah.
I don't
How
care. Like,
courageous is that though? Like, to even be able to say, I'm gonna keep doing this until I get it right, because every time you're flexing your muscles and it's getting better and you're getting closer every single time. So yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. And you unfortunately are stuck. I mean, you can come along, but it's I'm gonna be over here. So you coming or not? Like, you
hmm
know,
hmm
wow.
yeah. So that's why trusting yourself, believing in yourself is key,
Yeah,
because when you believe, you're able to step out on faith and
that's
have the
right.
courage to
That's
do what it
right.
is that you need to do,
That's right.
despite what anyone else says. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Mm, mm.
The other day.
That's good. So we
I'll
have a
definitely look into
suggestion.
Maya's
Yeah,
book.
some Maya
Yeah, I'll look
Angelou
into that.
books.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, if y'all have any other book suggestions, feel
Yeah,
free
please.
to drop those into the comments, right? Because we are on this journey to really make sure that we're showing up as our best selves, and um, taking back, I think something else that you reminded me of as you were talking is taking back the power of your own story. Um, Before I started talking about my life experiences, there was so much, like, I vividly remember the day that I made the decision to start talking, but there were so many voices in the back of my mind, like, don't do it. People gonna think you're being malicious. People gonna think, blah, 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 blah. And it really was what I needed to do for my freedom.
Yeah.
And for me to really be able, like you said, to forgive yourself. I needed to be able to forgive myself for the choices that I had been beating myself down about when I didn't know any better. It's like I missed the signs. Now you know better. Next time, bet you that won't happen again. I bet you
You ain't
that.
gonna miss that sign. That sign gonna be right
Okay.
dead smack in front of you again. You ain't gonna, oh, you
Not
are.
gonna have
No,
that
I'm kidding.
problem no more, right? And
Mhm.
now I'm in position to tell other people, right? Watch out, because up ahead now, if they doing this, and that, you don't want to do that, right? There's so much power in that, and so much power in owning our stories. And I know that that is what marketing is, right? It's telling the story and creating this story that people can relate to. And I
Mhm.
think that we don't think about that in regards to our own lives, of
Mhm.
being able to tell our story in a way that will show up as service to others.
Mhm.
So I'm really moved by what you've shared.
Mhm.
And I just thank you for your transparency and your candor
Of course.
in sharing that, because it is, Trevette said this was so needed, right?
Thank
So many of
you.
us are walking through these types of situations, and we don't have the guidebook on what to do, right? We just trying to get it the best way we know how to live. So
Mhm.
we need voices like yours to show up and say, yo, like, I'm here right now, right? I made it to this point. Oh, but honey, everything we had to walk through to get here, girl. Like, woo, we could be here all night.
Listen, what I'll say last year, The reason why this year was so impactful and successful to the point to the up until today. Um, I said I was only going to focus on three things. That's it. There's
Mm,
only three things that I'm going to be focused on for 2022. This was the
mm,
first year also that I did a vision board.
mhm. Really?
I've never in my life made a vision board.
Wow.
And the way though that I made this vision board wasn't like a regular, just a whole bunch of stuff on one page. I had a sketchbook. I bought a really big sketchbook and did categories on each page. So
Mm,
one page was about knowledge, one page was about lifestyle, one page. And let me tell you, it's so funny. I looked at it when I was unpacking when I just moved here, and I I've been saying when I moved here that I was going to change my car. I have an Infinity, and I was like, ah, I
mhm.
leased it. I didn't know I was going to be moving here, and all the miles. So you know what? My next car, I'm gonna go and get a Porsche. It's like I want a Porsche Macan. When I looked at my vision board, I swear to God that Porsche is in there.
Wow.
I it did not I did not like reference it or go look
You
back. Like
didn't even think
it
about it
didn't
again.
didn't think about it.
The
I
power.
I didn't think about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, like wow. And then I put stuff in there about the business of like, what does impact look like? How am I building community? And we just hosted our first influencer awards ceremony here in Atlanta, and it was so impactful. I was like, why you be in overtime? Like he's in overtime.
Yes.
Like I kid you not. Like, and then there's another page in there about press. I was in Forbes. I was on, and um, on Yahoo Finance and um, Bloomberg TV. All like I was like, wow,
Yeah.
wow. And because I said these are the not from the vision board, but just I was like, this is all the three things that I'm going to work on, and nothing is getting in the way of these three things. I
Mm.
was able to I was able to say no to things respectfully.
Yeah, because they don't line up
No,
with the
it did not
vision.
align. It did not align.
Um,
I was
good.
like, hold on here. I was like, I can examine, huh? I'm using it right now, so give me a second. Give me a second. Give me 5 minutes, okay?
We
Okay.
almost done, baby
Okay.
girl. She was like, ma'am,
Close the
ma'am.
door. What are you doing?
The good service.
Get the bottle. Okay. All right. See you later. I'll call you when I'm done, okay? Okay. Bye girl. Good night. um for having a focus of three things just really
Hmm.
simplified my life. I was
Hmm.
like so the first thing was growing Black Girl Digital, meaning hiring and then organizing it so that we can be prepared for acquisition, investment, just everything in
Hmm.
order. Second thing was move to Atlanta. Nothing was getting in the way, or Georgia. Nothing was getting in the way of that.
Hmm.
Nothing. And then the third thing, which was interesting, I didn't get to in like completion, but man, the third thing was write my book.
Mm.
And the way that everything transpired, it was understanding what the book was going to be about.
Yeah.
And my heart dropped when I was like, oh my God, this is it. Now I figured out, like I have 50% of the book written, but I was like, something's missing. So I put it on pause, but I was like, no, I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
When it came to the move to here in Georgia, when I say everything aligned,
Mm.
I've never seen God clear a path
Hmm.
the clearest way. I said to my daughter's father, I was like, it's time. I have to move. She's aging out of her school. She has a learning disability. She needs to be in a better school district. He said, okay. I
Yeah.
was trying to move here 5 years ago. And he was
Wow.
like, hell no,
It
absolutely not.
wasn't
No
time.
way. How dare you? No way. You're taking my child. No, this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
What do you need? My job, I didn't even ask. I said, hey, I'm moving to Georgia. I'm gonna have to, this remote thing is gonna be a remote thing. And
Mm-hmm.
they were like, okay. I said, you can either keep me on or you can be a consultant for my company.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me how you want to move.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They wanted to
Mm-hmm.
keep me on. And
Cool.
then a couple weeks later, hey, let's pay for your relocation fees.
Come on, blessings raining down.
I was like, really?
Wow.
Like, really? Okay. 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 I'm coming to Georgia.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a house, couldn't find a house, it was just annoying. And then somebody was like,
Lined
just
up.
move into an apartment.
Mm.
There's a luxury building down the block. Beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful, like perfect. It was in budget, location 8 minutes from the school. The school, it was a
Wow.
breeze getting her in. It was not like the path of least resistance. I
Yeah.
made my decision. These are the three things that I'm working on for this year, and that's it.
Mm.
When it came to
Mm.
the business, I hired 10 people. My team is at 10. My operation, process is straight, like numbers, like I got the people that did not need to be in my company out easy,
Mm.
easy. I said,
Mm.
you know what? This is the standard. If you don't meet the standard,
That's
have a
it.
great day. Have a great day. And they
Wow.
had a great day. Hi and goodbye. That's it.
Mm.
And then when you get an email like, hey, I'm interested in perhaps acquiring your company.
It is. You ain't even have to go look, huh? It showed up in your inbox.
No, God is working overtime. He was like, look, you were so obedient. You listen and you follow through. You listen and you follow through.
Mm.
I didn't deviate. I didn't say, let me go try this over here because I didn't deviate. I told great opportunities, no, we're not
Wow.
doing that. I don't have the time. I don't have the bandwidth. I cannot do that. It sounds so cool, but I cannot do
Mm. And you were able to do that because you had made this vision so
that. And
plain.
that's it. It was so
You
clear,
know,
so clear.
oh,
And
I love that.
if I can give the power of focus to everyone, especially my Black women, focus.
Yeah.
Find the three things that need to happen no matter what. Focus on that, and everything will fall into place. We get so distracted and inundated by bullshit. That's why nothing gets done. That is
Facts.
why nothing gets done.
Facts.
I know what I'm focused on, so it doesn't matter. What you
Yeah.
saying? I would love to date, but during this period, my time is so limited because I'm only focused on this. When it's
Mm-hmm.
time for me to focus on relationship, the right person, which let me tell you again, he is in overtime because the man that just walked around the corner and pull up on me caught me off guard, and he was like, look, when I call you and I'm asking you about your day, I want to know everything. He's like, I
Mm.
want to know how you feel and I want to know how you doing. I want to know.
Oh,
He's
I
like, I want to know
love
everything.
that.
I want to make sure you're okay. Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. Somebody checking on you.
Checking
Ain't that
in on me?
something? Yeah.
Checking in on me when no one checks in on me.
Yeah.
Like overtime, you know?
Mm.
And he asks good questions. It's like, well, how you balance it all? I said, I don't balance anything. I don't need to balance anything. I prioritize the things that are
Mm.
important to me. And if you want to be someone that is important to me, I'm happy to prioritize you. I'm happy
Yeah.
to do that because I've created my lifestyle to where I can control what I do.
Mm. Mm.
So,
Mm.
child, let me tell
Mm.
y'all, the moral of the story is
Child.
focus, focus, focus. Set your core values, set your baseline. Don't let nothing crack that. Believe in yourself. Find a way to believe in yourself until you believe in yourself. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying disregard your flaws, your character flaws. I'm saying believe in yourself and trust that you're honest enough to know that you need to work on yourself,
Yeah.
get to a healed place, listen to what your body, your heart, your mind, and God is telling you, or whatever it is that you believe in. Listen, and
Mm.
listen with an ear of, I'm in no rush. Y'all be in a rush. What are you in a
Mm.
rush for? It is divine timing is divine,
Amen.
right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're on your time, I need this to happen today.
Mm.
He's looking at you like, what? A plan? Your plan? Not your plan.
You ain't running nothing, sis.
You're not running nothing. You're not running nothing.
Man,
And
this
and the
is so good,
sooner
girl.
the sooner we get in line with that, like my daughter's father, he was like, I'm trying to ask you, he was getting frustrated because I didn't have no answers about my move here. I was like, I don't know. I'm figured out. It's just gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And when he saw it just happen,
Yeah.
he was like, oh, I was like, bro, I told you, like, I can't make this stuff up. This was divine
Yeah.
timing.
Yeah.
It was meant to be. When my daughter left New York, she couldn't read. When she moved here, she was reading within 2 weeks of starting school.
What? Come on.
I'm like, I,
You couldn't explain. You
I,
couldn't write this
I could not.
better. You could not
I,
have orchestrated this. You
I
could
couldn't.
not have aligned this.
I
Yeah.
couldn't. I had to
Wow.
just, all right, we gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna happen,
Yeah.
when it's supposed to happen, and it did. Y'all, I'm not. I don't have all the answers, but what I can say is, without believing in yourself, without trusting the process, I know that is real cliche, but and I'll say I do make a plan. Like again, these are the three things that I'm focused on. It's not necessarily a plan. It's just an idea of this is what's important, right? So if these are the
Mhm.
things that are important, this is what I feel in my soul, this is what's speaking to me. All right, well, great. What needs to happen for these things to happen?
Yes. Yes.
I'm take it day by day, but I'm also like, I understand what's urgent. I understand what's important. I understand what's not. I understand what can wait till tomorrow. And that's where the Seven Habits, that book, comes to
Right.
light. But you can't make a move. You won't even know how to move if you don't believe in yourself.
That's it.
If you don't trust in what's gonna happen, it's the right move, whether it's right or wrong. Whatever you decide to do is about you trusting in yourself to do it. Right? Now, somebody had mentioned pivoting a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You pivot a lot because you're not patient. You're not
Mm.
patient with the process. You're not patient with this result that you have in your mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for maybe 2 years, 2 years or so, I was like, oh, I need to make $2 million. That's the first year, like, it's $2 million. And I was like, what am I rushing? Like, it's just a number. What I need to
Mm.
focus on is building a great company. The
Because
money
that's
will
gonna
come.
last.
That is sustainable,
Yeah.
right? Me
Yeah.
putting his time frame on when I need to make $2 million. I mean, we made $2 million, but the point is, I stopped focusing on rushing the result,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, all right, what's really important here? Sustainability, legacy. That's important.
Yeah.
So what does that look like? So then I will recommend another book. Um, Good to Great. Holy mackerel. Like, Good to Great was about how do you take your company from good to great?
Mm.
Mind blowing. So it was so good hearing about leaders.
Mm-hmm.
You'll learn a lot about who you are in that process. It's so many things, so many layers. There's no one answer. Um, yes, that's the book. But again, it's to simplify your life. You want simplicity, right? There's beauty in simplicity. So what are the three things? What are three things that you can focus on, whether it be in business or in personal, that's going to impact your life for the greater good by the
Right.
end of the year,
I like that.
right? My life has changed
Yeah.
because I only focused on three things and nothing got in the way. No dating, no nothing. I was like, I don't have time. I don't have time for that. And I'm not saying relationship is not important, and you could absolutely be married and still do that, right? It's just for me where I was at
Yeah.
in my life,
That
I
wasn't one of
couldn't
your three
afford it.
things.
It was not, I could not
Yeah.
afford the distraction.
Yeah.
So that's that, girl.
Girl, I can't wait to go back and watch this replay, real talk, because you've literally laid out this roadmap for how one can take themselves from this place of doubt, self-doubt, and um, lack of confidence to showing up for yourself in a way that's going to allow you to manifest exactly what
Hmm.
you want and need. Like,
Hmm.
this was so good. I don't know if you know how good this is because it's coming out your mouth right now. If you're gonna need to go back and watch the
I'm gonna have
replay
to
so
go back
that
and watch this because this is some excerpts out the book,
listen to
honey.
me, honey. You gonna have to clip the hell about this show, okay? Like, wow, this has been so
Yeah,
powerful.
yeah.
And
I'll say
I
one other
really
thing.
go ahead.
Um, Validation. Stop seeking validation. That is a game changer. And I mean, like, in a simple form, if you, for example, are dating someone and you miss them, oh, you're thinking about this person and you miss them.
Hmm.
You send them a text message, I miss you, and go about your day.
Yeah,
Go about your day. You do not need that person to
to
come
say it
back and
again.
validate your
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah,
If feel how you feel, deliver the message and keep moving. Same thing with social media. You want to thrive on social media, grow your business, promote your whatever it is. Stop seeking validation.
mm,
Post what you need to post and keep it moving.
yeah,
Engage with those who engage with you and keep it moving.
yeah.
If there are 10 people that show up for you on your social space, then you show up for those 10 people.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
Seeking validation is going to keep you questioning, doubting yourself all the time. Oh, does this person even like me? Well, they didn't respond to me. Well, what's the problem? What's happening? And all of it, why? No, I don't
Mm,
care. I don't care if you don't miss me. All I care about is that I told you, I
that I miss
communicated
you.
that I
Yeah,
missed you.
yeah.
Do what you will with that information.
Mm. Girl, listen. Ooh, y'all better watch this replay. Let me tell you something. There are so many things that there are to take away from tonight. So I want you all to take a moment to drop into the comments. What is one thing that if you can narrow it down to one, what is one thing that you are taking away from our time tonight? While you all answer that, I want to quickly make sure that everybody knows how to connect with us. So if you give me just a moment. So if you go to beautifulbrowngirls.com, there you will be able to connect to our main website, see all of the events that we have, see our team, really learn about Beautiful Brown Girls and the mission. We would also like for you to join us on our Facebook page at Beautiful Brown Girls and our Facebook group, Beautifully Shaded. We also have on Instagram, we are at Beautifully Shaded, and on Twitter, we are at Beautiful Brown U. We also have a VIP members network that you can be a part of. And in that space, that will give you an opportunity to connect with people on a deeper level. We have all sorts of courses and different affinity groups, a book club. We have a workout group. We have, yesterday I was on there, I was reading some architecture stuff. Like, we've got everything, you all. So if that is something that is also, speaking to your spirit, you feel like it's something that you would like to be a part of, if you go to members.beautifulbrowngirls.com, you can get more information about that. Again, members.beautifulbrowngirls.com, you can get more information about that if you so desire. The other thing is, I would love for you all to connect with me. Most recently, everything that I am doing is over on Minding My Black Ass Business. I am fighting a system over there, y'all, and telling a story about some inequities that are happening and such. So I need y'all's support. So would love for you to meet me there. So having said that, ma'am, where can the people find you? What do you have going on right now, honey? Because they're going to be trying to connect with you after this live. So how can people get connected to this greatness that you have allowed us to experience tonight?
Well, my personal Instagram is LaToya Shambo, super simple. And the business is Black Girl Digital, super simple on Instagram. And then feel free to email me anytime. You can jump in my DMs anytime. I'm pretty responsive. Email is definitely the fastest way. It's weird. Um, no, because I enjoy Instagram, but I don't spend time on social media because it's one of the distractions.
Thanks.
Um, I have a lot of work to do, so I'm always in my email. You'll always get a quick response from me via email faster than on social media. But I when I do get in there, I get in there and I'm present. So Egypt says she likes I could never say this word,
Reciprocity.
reciprocity. But
Yes.
well, why? Why do you like that?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
Mm-hmm.
breaking down and understanding why. And it generally stems from, a confidence thing. It's not everybody, and there might not be you, but I'm saying like oftentimes it's needing validation of your
Mm-hmm.
feelings,
Mm-hmm.
you know but there's nothing wrong with wanting someone to acknowledge what you said, but it's more about wanting them to say it back is more
Right.
so what I'm saying. Like they could
Yeah.
miss you too, but they can tell you 10 hours from now. They don't necessarily have to tell you in the moment that you are delivering the message. You know what I mean? If that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And I think it's too about, again, examining that why. What is it
Hmm.
in me that's driving me to want this? And then healing that, like you said earlier, right? Identifying it, healing it. And then if that's one of the core
And
values that you
communicating
have,
it.
cool, put that mug in rotation
Right.
and let it be known, like, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Y'all, when I tell y'all got to go watch this replay. Okay. Y'all have to, if you came in late or you had to go out for a moment or whatever, y'all need to watch the replay. We also would like for you to go ahead and make sure you continue sharing this broadcast. The conversation doesn't stop here. We can continue getting comments, right? So we can continue interacting with you all. So please share, please comment. If you weren't able to answer some of the questions, like what are your three things or what are your core values, lean into that, right? And really spend some time with that. I definitely want to identify my three things. I was like, boom, I already knew I had some planning to do, honey. This is my question. What are my three things that I'm about to do? So I'm really excited about that. But I would say my biggest takeaway from this time tonight, LaToya, has been to trust myself, right? To put some respect on my name. Okay.
Come on
Okay. Like put some respect on my name and know that everything that has lined up is lining up in the direction that I'm supposed to be going. I
now. Ma'am, you
receive
are a
it.
Black woman in Mexico City. That if that don't say something in itself, ma'am.
Felt and heard.
No one can come. No one can come for you. No one can come for you. You are living your life.
Period. Period.
So what else? What
Period.
else is there not to? What is there not to trust about that? Look at the decisions you've made, and look where it's gotten you today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I
girl.
receive it. Look, I told you I received, I heard, heard and received, and ready to be put into practice. So you just know that we are now connected. Okay.
Absolutely.
We definitely are going to make sure here at Beautiful Brown Girls, we want you to keep us in the loop about the things that you have going on, the ways that we can support you, and really just show up in this world again as the best version of ourselves. So don't be surprised, okay, when we slide up in your email, because you definitely are a part of the Beautiful Brown Girls family now, and we want you to know that.
No, I'm excited. This is great. I love what you guys are doing. I think that you have a bright future ahead of you. You executed and hosted this show with grace. You've asked amazing questions. You are super present, very engaging. You're a light, and I think that you have so much in you. You just wait, like you just wait.
Thank you.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited
Thank
to
you.
know you and to be a part of watching your journey unfold,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be great.
I appreciate that. I needed that. So thank you. So I'm not gonna cry, y'all. I'm a wait till we get off the air. But I do want to tell everyone this is our last show for the year. We are going to be on break for the month of December. So that will give you plenty of time to go back and watch our previous episodes and replays and all of that. But put this one first on your list, okay? Put this one first on your list because there's some executables. There's some executables up in here
Listen, that you need
that
to
we
get ready
need to
for
be
next year
aware of.
because next year is gonna be
Period.
here. We ain't got time to waste.
It is here. It's basically here already. Okay. So we got to get ready, y'all. So like I said, keep commenting, you all keep sharing. We will be back in 2023 with some more amazing guests on Brown Girl Boss. LaToya, thank you so much
Thank
from the bottom of
you.
my heart.
This is great.
We will definitely be in touch, and tell your daughter she can have her earpiece. We're done. She's like, ma'am, you said 5 minutes. Okay, what is
And she waiting for her seconds on dinner. I'm like, girl,
Oh Lord,
it
we
is
got to get you back to
bedtime.
the baby. We got
She-
to get you back to the baby, honey. So I'm gonna let you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
we'll
Y'all were
be in
so great in the
touch.
comments. Thank you so much. I had a great time. I'll come back anytime.
That's a win. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night, and we will see y'all next year. Bye.
Bye.